Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another fascinating episode of Fields of Fire, Normandy Campaign, Mission 1, and this is turn 6, so we are moving past the halfway point of this mission, and hopefully we're going to make some good progress this time. Now, last turn we revealed 3 enemy contacts, all unspotted. One on this card here, which was a heavy machine gun team and a rifle squad in a bunker. On this card, we revealed a automatic weapons squad with a leader in a bunker in a command post. And then, I think it was this card, way up here, we revealed yet another automatic weapons squad in a trench, also unspotted. So the complicating factor here, of course, is the fact that these guys are all unspotted. We can't lay down any fire upon them until we spot them. In the meantime, they're free to blaze away at us. We did move forward, though, so we have people in position to kind of spot them. We'll just have to see if we're successful doing that this turn. Some things to note on this card, this light machine gun, I'm pretty sure I failed to reduce its ammunition twice. So I'm pretty sure we're down to 1 ammo, which is a disappointment because it's going to waste it this turn again on this little old fire team that's not even causing anybody any problems. We also cleared this card by virtue of the fact that this one was firing through a potential contact marker. So objective 2 has been cleared, and we have moved on to the card. I forgot to remove this potential contact marker. So we moved on to this card when we revealed this command post here. So we have now secured, for the moment, the attack position. Probably in another turn or two, I'm going to start tabulating our victory points, so we can kind of get an idea of where we are. Now, this first mission should be fairly easy to finish. There's more than enough time, provided that you don't move too slow, which I might be, and that there's not a counterattack. So I may have just jinxed myself, but provided all that works out, you have lots of points to spend at the end of this to upgrade your company. So let's talk about what the objectives are this turn. So, number 1 objective, spot the enemy. I'm not really too interested in revealing yet another potential contact marker for this particular PCAs, potential contact marker A's. Even now, where we're engaged, we're still drawing 5 cards per marker, so we're probably just going to find more bad guys if we do that. So I think we're just going to need to take a turn here and try to see if we can't take care of some business. We did move a casualty over here. I'm pretty sure we need to spend a point now to drop them off. Interestingly, if they're in a Jeep, the Jeep automatically drops them off. So, yeah, I guess it's an advantage of having a Jeep. Well, we moved our sergeant down here to climb into the Jeep. So that's something we're going to try to do this turn. There's a lot of things we want to do. Really, it's going to depend on getting a better draw maybe this time for our company command points. So before we do that, we need to go ahead and see if we have a friendly HQ event. Now, these can sometimes be helpful. Let's see what we get. Reshuffle the suspense continues. A friendly HQ event has occurred, so now we need to get our table ready. I'm getting my table ready off screen here. Friendly HQ events include things such as just having to waste commands to good things like getting extra commands. So let's see, we have a 1 to 10 draw, we got a 2. That is not a good one. Okay, so it is called Calm Trouble. we must spend 2 commands to reestablish communications with battalion. And it says you must spend those 2 commands. So if we have 2 commands, they have to be spent on this before you can spend them on anything else. That, as you can imagine, is not what we were hoping for. However, we do get a experience point if we're able to do so. Woohoo! Alright, so let's go ahead and see just what the commander gets to deal with, and he doesn't even have enough to do that. So if you don't have enough, like in other words, he's going to get 1 command because we are in contact and he's green. That's not enough to get the bonus, but the question is, do we still have to spend the 1 point that we have, or can we, by virtue of not having enough, not spend that? I think the spirit would probably be that we need to at least spend that 1 point. Okay, a rulebook dive seems to indicate that this is optional, but you only get the experience points if you're successful. So since we clearly don't have enough, we will forego doing so and take our 1 command point, which is just plain disappointing. I'm going to activate second squad. I think I want to get those things finished that I was doing with them, and they don't have any command points. So we're going to activate second squad. Second platoon. They're activated. And since they're the only one activated from the commander, we're just going to go ahead and draw for their command points, and they get 4 minus 1, so they get 3 command points, and let's go ahead and do that. Now, what we were doing before was trying to reconstitute a squad or form up a squad, and we got 1 guy to fire team, we got 1 guy to litter team, so we're going to spend 1 of those commands to automatically rally the litter team, which is, I think, this guy, yep, to fire team. Okay, so now we have 3 fire teams on this card, and we can go ahead and attempt to where are we here? We're going to attempt to reconstitute a squad. So 2 to 3 unpinned assault or fire teams. The cost is a 2-card draw minus, if there is a experience penalty, so, or bonus. In this case, there's a penalty because they're green. So I'm just going to double check the rulebook, because sometimes the rulebook is ever so slightly different than the action table in the Vassal app. So let's see what it says in here. Attempt to reconstitute a card is a 2-card draw, and we draw action cards and check for the rally icon. If the icon is present, then the attempt succeeds. Remove 2 to 4 squads. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we just get the 1-card draw, so this isn't really a super good shot at this. Let's hope for the best. 1-card draw, and we're looking for rally. We did not get it. That's a waste. We could exhort. Try it one more time and burn through all ours, but we really kind of need to spot. So we can see through onto this card, but we can't see beyond this card is pretty much what I'm leaving. Now up here on the higher level, they're not, in other words, in this church tower, these guys can see all kinds of stuff, but they are not in communication with the platoon commander, so they can't receive commands to do that. So can these guys spot anybody from here, these second squad? I don't think so. So there's not a whole heck of a lot worth doing except exhorting. Might not be the best use of this command, but we're going to go ahead and do that. So that is all their commands. Second platoon has now been spent. And now let's see if we get our rally draw. We did! Sweet! It's kind of exciting. So let's see if we can't... we're just going to have to pull that off this here. Yeah, so this is first, second platoon. That'll certainly work. So we'll take that guy. He's going to become 3 steps. And we need to adjust his experience because when they come back, they're green. Okay, and we're going to get rid of that fire team, and that fire team. And they will go under cover with everybody else. Okay. So that was exciting, if not perhaps all that terribly useful. Alright, so now we go to so we have done the company HQ impulse. We've done platoon HQ, company commanders. These are the people who have been activated by the company HQ. So that's finished. So we're now in the initiative segment. So our company HQ impulse, we basically give one command each. What is it? It's this thing. Oh, that's the staff. Okay. So we're here, platoon HQ impulse. So we're going to draw cards and give the initiative commands listed. And we're going to do this for first platoon and third platoon. So let's start with first platoon. And they get 3 commands minus 1, so they get 2, so they're up to 4. And then we get third platoon. I guess I'm supposed to just do first platoon now, so we'll do that. What can they do? Can they spot anybody from here? No, they're just not in a great position. We would like to move them forward, but as we mentioned, it just doesn't seem like a good idea. Moving out of this card doesn't seem like a particularly good idea either. Though we could infiltrate and then move directly into the cover. The issue with doing that is that if we fail to do this, then we are exposed. Either way, we're going to be in the cover. So I think I'm going to spend 1 command and send this bazooka team to infiltrate into this cover. So I'll move them here. That's 1 command spent. And now we do a 2-card draw to see if we're able to infiltrate. So 1 and 2, we do not successfully infiltrate. So they are exposed. And they go underneath. They're not going to be pinned like the other guys are, so they go under there. That goes on top of them. Alright. So the remainder of everybody. So first platoon's pretty broken up here. We got 1 guy over here, and we got 1 guy over here. So perhaps it's a good idea to move people around so we can start getting command of our units. Maybe move first platoon over here. We take our we'll lose eyes on this. Oh, we wouldn't really lose eyes on them, so I don't think it'd make a whole lot of difference other than we wouldn't eliminate them. Might be just a good idea to eliminate them. So yeah, we'll just bank the rest of those commands for first platoon. Third platoon now does a draw. And they get 3 commands, so they're up to 6. The third platoon's up here, and that's good because they're in a great position to spot. They can spot on this card, and they can spot on this card. So the question is, who is it really important to spot first? Because whoever they spot, basically everybody's going to just open up and start raining holy hell on them. Well, I think that this bunker with this heavy machine gun is probably more important than this. I mean, yeah. So they're going to give a command to, we'll just go in order, first squad of 3rd platoon to spot. So again, we flip this over. We spend 1 command, and let's just make sure we've got that right. So spotting. Attempting to spot is a 2-card draw, costs 1, can be given by any HQ or staff to any unit, and you draw cards modified by the spotting modifiers on the spotting attempts draw modifiers chart, and you look for crosshairs. So what kind of modifiers are we looking at? I bet there's stuff we're not going to be happy with. So the recipient is green. So that's -1 to the base 2-card draw. The target is under cover. That's another -1. The target, just line, not exposed. It does have a 3-card cover value. That's another -1. And they have a VOF of A, so we're like at -3 and +1 for net of -2. It can't get any lower than 1. So we're just going to 1-card draw. So nothing great here, but we do get a lot of opportunities because we have 5 commands. So here we go. We're looking for some crosshairs, and this is again first squad from 3rd platoon attempting to spot. They failed to do so. So we can spend an additional command to exhort. So we'll do that. Oops, I don't think I meant to discard the action cards. Looked like it did anything though. There we go again. No exhort. Failed. So we could spend another point to give it to 2nd platoon. 2nd squad of 3rd platoon. They were successful. Alright, so that took 3 commands, but we have spotted this card. So this potential contact marker comes off. And basically, everyone's going to start shooting them. So all these guys do. They're going to put a VOF marker, PDF, on top. Over here, and then we're going to rotate it counterclockwise, and I guess we'll just do it like this. Okay. And coming from this card, let's get this out of the way for a moment here. We got everything's in the way. So we've got small arms and potential for grenades. So we're probably going to just go ahead and put that small arms down. These guys can now see them, so they are going to also start shooting. So that's another PDF on top, just straight ahead. And that will allow for a crossfire VOF from these guys. And now these guys are already engaged over here. I don't think anyone else can see this except for the artillery fort observer. So if we can get a general initiative command, we're definitely going to try to drop some bombs on these guys. Alright, now I could spend more points and try to spot these guys. And there's some real danger here. Now that these guys are here, they could shift fire onto this card, and these guys are not in real good cover nor under any cover. So I could platoon move under this cover. We'll be exceeding by quite a lot the cover value of these foxholes, which means if they do throw a grenade, it'll be even worse. So we don't want to do that. So let's take another command, and we're going to try to hit these guys with grenades. Or maybe we just want to concentrate fire. Now we have 3 commands. We've got some choices, because the other thing we're going to try to do is definitely try to bring some artillery down on these guys. We don't need artillery and grenades and everything else, but concentrate fire does stack. So I think we're going to spend a command, and we're going to spend a command to try to platoon concentrate fire. That's what we're going to do. We're going to platoon concentrate fire. So that's the 2 commands. All good ordering units of that platoon with either small arms, automatic, small arm, or heavy weapons get to draw 2 cards for each unit and check for the crosshairs icon. If the icon is present, the unit is spotted, then the attempt succeeds. So no one that we're going to do this with is going to lose ammunition. So this is kind of the risk you have when you do this with machine guns that are attached, is that they spend twice as much ammo. So this is a platoon. We get 2 card draw for 3 squads. Let's go ahead and do that. First squad. We're still looking for the same icon. 1, 2. He does not. Second squad. 1, 2. He does not. It's a bummer. Third squad. 1, 2. Nobody successfully concentrated fire, and that was a bunch of crapola. So we have 1 command left from them. We probably should just hold on to it at this point. Yeah, that's the smart play, is to hold on to that, even though part of me really wants to exhort. All right. The next phase is our company staff impulse. Everybody just gets 1 command. So first sergeant goes up to 2, and the XO goes up to 1. So first sergeant, he was going to jump into the Jeep and start to do stuff. So I got to read up on how that works, but I think he spends a command to activate the Jeep. So let's pause for a moment here. Okay, I'm not completely sure if this is right, but the first sergeant is going to spend a command and activate the Jeep. And so activating, I don't think counts as a command, but the command he's going to do is to embark both the first sergeant and the company commander onto the Jeep. So that costs a command, and they're going to bank the rest, and in the vehicle movement phase, the Jeep will move them onto a card. Okay. Now, one other thing I just recalled, remember we activated with a command point the second platoon, which is good because second platoon is still in command with the company commander. However, third platoon is very much not in command at this point because we need to be dropping some phone lines, and we have not done so at this point. So they would have had to regardless act upon an initiative phase. All right, now the company XO has 1 command, and do we want to do anything with that? We really would like to get something happening with all these guys that we got back here, but moving forward onto these cards just seems like a bad idea. Now really this card isn't taking a whole heck of a lot of fire, so it might not be too bad of an idea to move onto that card. It's being shot at by this command post. Probably is a bad idea. Oh, now we can't see it. We're blocked by this corner. I was going to say it would be exciting if we could see them all the way from here, but we cannot. So if we move forward onto this card, let's see. Both of these heavy weapons units are not too useful in the sense that they'll take a turn before they can do anything. So these squads, potentially this one with a rifle grenade, could add his fire over here. He could infiltrate onto this card, and then we're going to be depending on general initiative commands to get anything done, which we probably won't get. So let's just call it a day with all these guys, and we move to the general initiative phase. And the general initiative draw is another terrible one command. We're going to use that one command to have the fire observer up here attempt to drop some hell on this bunker. That'd be really great if that happened. So, as I recall, the fire observer gets a 2-card draw. And, 2-card draw. We've already used 1 fire mission, so we have 3 fire missions remaining. We used 1 over here. Alright, so let's draw and look for a burst icon. There's 1 there. So here goes 1 and 2. Oh, no luck. So we failed. We used our 1 general initiative command to try to drop artillery, and we failed to do so. So things are not going terribly well this turn, so let's now move forward to the enemy HQ event. There's no enemy HQ event. So now we are on to the turn where we're going to evaluate all of these various enemy contacts. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 at this point. So 1 to 4, we get a 3, so that's going to be this guy here. And there are 2 units on this card. And I think you do them separately. So, actions. Enemy activity hierarchy. So we're in defensive, deliberate. We just double check if they are 2 units on the same card, if that's 1 check or 2 checks. So it is 2 checks, and I guess we'll do another draw to see which one goes first. So let's move this out of the way and do a 1-card draw, 1 out of 2, and we will say that 2 is the guy on the bottom, which is the rifle squad. So we are not on a U.S. card with a unit. None of those. They are under fire and under cover. They are under fire from a different direction than its own PDF. Yep. Okay, so it is a 1 to 4 draw. We're deliberate. 1 to 4 draw. Here we go. 2. So they attempt a grenade attack, or they attempt to concentrate fire. And I think that's what they're going to do, is attempt to concentrate fire onto the card, which they already have fire going to, which is this one. So that's a 2-card draw. 1, 2, and they are luckier than I am. Concentrate fire success. Okay, and then we do the other guy in this card, which is the machine gun team. And they basically have the same 1 to 4 draw, under fire from a different direction than some cards. So 1 to 4, we get a 1, no action, so they don't do anything different or exciting. So they're finished. Now we have 1, 2, 3. We have 1 to 3, we get 2, so that's going to be this guy. So they're under cover. They are not under fire at all, so let's see what that means. So, not under fire and no line of sight. They do have line of sight, not under fire, but has opened fire. So they're basically going to potentially, in fact, they automatically are going to concentrate fire. This is important. I forgot to affect their ammunition. So they shot last turn, so they go down 1. It's important. We got to take advantage of that when we can. And we have a heavy machine gun team in here as well who fired, so we need to drop that down 1. Now, actually, now that I look at this, they're this special symbol. What would that have actually done? They're this. They're not out of ammo. And this comes after this. So I don't think this would happen. Alright, but over here they automatically attempt to concentrate fire. So 1, 2, concentrate fire was not as successful this time. So now we have 1, 2 left. And we got a 2, so that's these guys, of which there's 2 units. And there is an order we have to abide by. Let me just double check what that was. So LATs first, then good order units, and then any leaders. So the automatic weapons squad will go first. And they fired last turn also, so they need to lose a ammunition. Okay. Okay, there we go. So they are not under fire, so let's see what they have. Not under fire, but has open fire, so they're going to attempt, they will automatically attempt to concentrate fire. So 1, 2, they do not. And now the leader, I don't know what leaders do. So let's pause for a moment and just see what the heck leaders do. I know what they do when they're, I don't want that there. Okay, so basically that leader is going to mean that automatic weapons squad that just attempted to concentrate fire gets an extra card draw. And look at that. That's all it took. A little encouragement from the leader to put a concentrate fire marker onto this card. So, next we have 1 unit left, and that's these guys over here. Okay, and they're a LAT team. So fire team, they are pinned. No, they're no longer pinned. Not an assault team. They are on a fire team, not under, but they are undercover, not on. Yeah, so they basically don't do anything. There's nothing that applies to them, so they just stay where they are. Alright, so let's just double check and make sure everybody's VOFs and PDFs are as appropriate. So this card should have automatic weapons fire and crossfire because it's coming from here and here. This guy's shooting over here. These guys can't see anything. These guys can't see anything or do anything helpful. These guys have open fire over here. They're still unspotted. Yep, I think everybody's good. So now we just go through and resolve these. And we're going to do as we did last time and kind of just go across each row. So this one here first. He gets +1 and +2. And then -1 and -1 for a net 0. Net 0 is a hit. And he is line, litter team, casualty. So he becomes a litter team. Okay. Place with litter team. And they'll be pinned as well. Okay. Next, we'll go over here. This is +1, and then another +3. Okay, that's +4, and then -1 for a total of +3. Probably not going to do a whole heck of a lot here. +3 is a miss. Okay, so no fire on this card. We'll go back over here. Nothing going on. These guys got all kinds of hell coming their way. So, +2. +2 for the trenches. That's +4, and then the one guy is pinned. So he's +5. So let's just do him first. +5, and then he's got coming against him. This is basically going to go away, so we'll get rid of that. The crossfire will still exist. So +5 and then -3 for a net of +2 versus the pinned unit, the pinned assault team. +2, he's pinned again. Now the next guy is exposed, so he's a +2, +4, and then -2, so a +2 and then -3 for a total of -1. -1 he's pinned, so that definitely could have been worse. We'll just move the pin up. Exposed marker will come off at the end of the phase. On this card, we have +1, and +2, +3, and then -2. So net of +1, a miss. So that's pretty good. Nothing going on over here. Nothing going on over here, here. So I think everybody's finished. Let's go through really quickly and adjust everybody's ammunition. Okay. And here, they get to go down 2. Definitely want that to drop. Over here. Yep, him too. Okay, nothing going on here. I don't think these guys did not fire. Nothing going on there. Nothing going on in here. This guy just ran out of ammunition. So I think he flips over to a fire team. Yeah. None of these guys did anything. Nothing happened here. Oh, I did forget to move the Jeep. So let's do that. We'll just have to be careful where we move them. I'm probably just going to move him onto this card for now anyways, and then he would automatically de-embark in that phase, but we're just going to de-embark the company HQ. No, the other one. And he stays on the Jeep. The first sergeant is still on the Jeep. Alright, so let's hit the cleanup button. That gets rid of a few exposed markers and that activation marker. Nobody has moved on to a card with an enemy, so we are still just engaged. Move to game turn 7. We're slightly running out of time now. But all in all, I think that went, we're not taking big casualties, at least. We didn't do any damage, so if we can spot a few more units this turn and maybe get some grenades and artillery down, maybe even some concentrate fires, we should have a little more effect. These bunkers are going to be tough to get rid of if we can't bring some heavy weapons to bear. So that is certainly an objective to make that happen. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. And if you're still listening, if anyone is actually listening, I hope that you have taken the time to like this video and subscribe to my little Fields of Fire channel. And please tell your friends all about us. Thank you very much.